what are the problem of our country? How can we change the narrative of our country? I've got to realize that, you know, it takes us that can change this country. It takes us that can develop our country. So how can we develop our country? It's through being patriotic. It's through being in love with what we do. It's through being, you know, 100% dedicated towards the interest and the goods of our country. So for us not to have another civil war, for us not to have another, disaster and stuff, we need to 100% put our country first. The issue of this PMB disaster, it happens, and we have fake people, posting about it, talking that the thing should not have happened, and so on. But we know problems like that are prone to our country, and they should happen at any time because we don't have any disaster management, we don't have any disaster control. So the reason how can we combat such challenge, in this our country, is for us to, everybody or everyone in his or her department should work in the interest of our country. If I'm a truck driver, if I'm a tanker driver, I should dedicatively know that along the street there are people that are valuable. There are people that are valuable that are along the streets. We have people that are valuable along the street. We have people that are as well, our families that they are taking care of. So whatever thing that I'm doing, I should be very careful. I should know that when traveling with the field, it can cause a lot of disaster at any time. So I should be doing it, with a lot of patriotic mindset. So the reason why I wrote this book is for me to see how best I can narrate my own, stories. Like I can narrate my own mindset to see how best I can help citizens to know that this is what is destroying our country, and this is what is not destroying our country, and this is what we need to do. I wrote The Glamour of Patriotism because I think that the only way forward in this country right now is for us to be patriotic and for us to put our country first, for us to put our national interest first. Like today today we have a game going on, and you see a lot of Sierra Leoneans putting up their jersey and stuff, green, white, and blue. Check the city, like you see lots of cars having green, white, and blue flag and everything. We are in this instance, if we can narrate such mindset towards our daily life, like if we can install that mindset in our lives, trust me, our country will hardly face difficulties, because patriotism is not an event. Patriotism is not an occasion. Patriotism is not when your country is playing another country. It's not when your country is fighting another country. Patriotism should be our daily activities. Patriotism should be our daily movement. It should be in us. If you are a taxi driver, make sure when you are taking people from different location or destination, make sure you charge them based on their location, and make sure you charge them based on the requested amount that the government has already announced to the public. If a particular destination costs something like 1,000 leones or 2,000 leones, charge that person 1,000, 2,000 leones, but you cannot be charging the individual 8,000 or 10,000 leones, and you saying, and when your country have a game and you have green, white, and blue all over your car, all over your vehicle, and you paint your face green, white, and blue, and you are not doing the right thing on daily basis. You are walking along the roadside, and you're walking along the roadside, and you are eating in the street and dropping those garbages on the road, and you think that patriotism is only when your country is playing football. No, that's not patriotism. Yeah, it's good to support our country, and I'm not against it. And I'm not supporting my country, by wearing this t-shirt, like this polo, this green and blue stuff, and try to paint my face XYZ. That's not what I want. That's not how I want to support my country. I want to support my country in prayers. I want to pray for the players, for them to stay focused, for God to reveal to them wisdom, techniques for them to win, for them to have possibilities for them to score. like not to paint and stuff. Like patriotism is from the heart, the inside. If your mindset is not clean, if your heart is not clean for your country, if you think that this country has destroyed your life, if you think that your only aim is for you to leave this country, that's not patriotism. This is a country where anytime a citizen is living for another country, they'll be very happy. They will post about it. No, it's fine, but are you really happy to leave your hometown, like wherein you have so many things to do in your country? So the glamour of patriotism actually try to relate to citizens that patriotism is not occasional. Patriotism is not when you are in governance. Patriotism is not when you want to impress another people. Patriotism comes from the heart. Like you see some people, because their government is not in power, you see them throwing all sorts of words, all sorts of disasters. You see them doing all sorts of unpatriotic acts because this is not their government. And you see some people as well, just because this is their government and this is the time they will be patriotic, this is the time they work in the interest of the country. And as soon as the government, is off power, they started doing something that is not right. And The Glamour of Patriotism is a book that every Sierra Leonean should read. And I've interfaced a lot of writers, a lot of people, a lot of intellectuals that have gone through my book. They've argued with me a lot of points. They've pointed out with me a lot of points, and I've made my points very clear. And we end up coming to the same page. We end up, agreeing towards trying to give out, towards the message I'm trying to give out. So this is to say that patriotism is not just an occasion, but it is the mindset. How do you want to change your country? How do you want to change your country? When do you want to change your country? And why do you want to change your country? We have many reasons why we need to be patriotic. We have many reasons. The Glamour Patriotism book covers over 180 pages. Yeah. It has over 15 chapters. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you need a reason for you to be patriotic, think about people that lost their life in the Civil War based on the action of few selfish people that only think about themselves, that only think about, again, the quest of being in government. Think about that. I'm not being political, but I 100% commend the action of the president, something like 25 years ago or 24 years ago, when he took over as a military government. He also handed over the power to a civilian, to what? To go and study so that he can also come and ascend the power again. This is a patriotic act because we all know power is good, and doing that regime, if he wants, he can take over the government. If he wants, he can rule for over 5-6 years and stuff. Human rights activities can come and make all sorts of noise and stuff, this and that, but they will stop. But because he is patriotic, he decided that no, this power is not for me right now. I need to hand it over this power. President Julius Maada Bio said, I need to hand it over this power to people that are more competent, to people that can take this country to another level. And when I'm competent, I'll come for it. So we need to have a why. He have a why. He was thinking that, I need to change myself first before I can for this power. So the Glamour Patriotism book is a book that is mind-changing book, motivational, and can change a lot of perspective of Sierra Leoneans and citizens in this country. I love my country so much, and I want every citizen to love this country too. This country cannot move forward without us. This country cannot develop like other countries without us. For us to be for us to be different, for us to be a developed nation, the time is now. We don't need Americans to change our countries. We don't need Liberians. We don't need Nigerians, we don't need Ghanaians, we don't need England, we don't need no other person to change our country. We only need ourselves. We only need ourselves. These people that I'm stating here, or this country that I'm stating here, they have their own problems. They cannot leave their own problem to come and solve your own problems. So if we believe that, seeking donors, seeking help from other countries can solve our problems, we are lying to ourselves. We have talented youth in this country. We have talented people in this country. Let us develop. Let us invest in those people. Let us develop those people. Let us try to see how best we can unleash the potential in those youths. That's the only way our country can move forward. That's the only way our country can, push to another level. But if we think, this country can move, to another level, we are lying to ourselves. Like it's very serious. We are lying to ourselves. So that's the aspects of what I wrote about, and I will appreciate if each and every Sierra Leoneans can purchase my book. Try to see how best you can buy my book, and try to see how best we can connect. Try to see how best we can, work things out. And there is no way this country can move forward. There is no way this country can move forward if we are not patriotic. Patriotism is deeper than what we think. Patriotism is deeper than how we are perceiving it. Patriotism is deeper than what we think. I don't know, but if you love your country so much that you can paint your face, if you love your country so much that you can buy a t-shirt or a jersey for you to celebrate your country for a day, why can't you love your country to change your mindset? Why can't you love your country that same much to change your mindset and to change the narrative by trying to be patriotic? Why can't you, put on the same energy? If you love your country so much that you can paint your face, you can post around the country, post around social media and stuff, say that you love your country, you're supporting the country. If you can insult another individual for posting something nonsense about your country, why can't you change your mindset? It all starts with our mindset. It all develops in our mindset. Like, we can not change this country if our mindset is stink. If our mindset is not in the right place, we cannot change our country. Yeah. So my number is 078517795. 078517795. You can contact me if you want the book, The Glamour of Patriotism. I believe if you read that book, your mindset will change about patriotism, and you will think different about patriotism.